Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about UEFA Champions League nights so far. A game that had drama, controversy, late game heroics, and a narrative that's been rippling. Across global football communities, Real Madrid have just punched their ticket into the round of 16. But this wasn't your average European. Stay with us as we break down the goals, the tension, the wider reaction, and why this match has become much more than football. It was February 25th, 2026. Under the nightlights of the legendary Santiago Bernabéu, Real Madrid hosted Portuguese giants Benfica in their second leg of the Champions League knockout playoff. Real Madrid had a narrow 1-0 lead from the first leg in Lisbon. Thanks to a Vinicius Jr. goal. Just minutes into the game, the unthinkable happened. Benfica stunned the home crowd with a shock opener. Rafa Silva tucked in a close-range finish in the 14th minute, leveling the aggregate and sending shockwaves through the stadium. That goal ripped the script out from under Madrid. Suddenly, the tie was wide open, but Real Madrid responded almost immediately, only 2 minutes after conceding. Real Madrid struck back. Aurélien Tchouaméni found himself in the right place at the right time, blasting home a powerful finish to restore the lead and give Madrid control again. That goal didn't just shift momentum, it set the tone for the rest of the night. The Bernabéu crowd came alive, sensing their team grinding into attack mode. This tie didn't just have goals, it had a story behind the scenes. In the first leg in Lisbon, Real Madrid's Brazilian star Vinícius Jr. alleged he was the target of racist abuse during the match. With play even being halted for nearly 10 minutes, UEFA confirmed it's investigating the incident, appointing an ethics and disciplinary inspector to look into the claims. So heading into this second leg, there were more than just tactical questions. There were emotions, talking points, and a global conversation about sportsmanship, respect, and player safety. This tie didn't just have goals, it had a story behind the scenes. In the first leg in Lisbon, Real Madrid's Brazilian star Vinícius Jr. alleged he was the target of racist abuse during the match. With play even being halted for nearly 10 minutes, UEFA confirmed it's investigating the incident, appointing an ethics and disciplinary inspector to look into the claims. So heading into this second leg, there were more than just tactical questions. There were emotions, talking points, and a global conversation about sportsmanship, respect, and player safety. The final score, Real Madrid to Benfica, 1 aggregate 3-2-1-2. Real Madrid, this victory continues Madrid's impressive run in Europe, and it also highlights several major talking points. Real Madrid reached the round of 16 once again, showcasing their elite pedigree. Vinícius Jr. has been at the heart of both legs' goals, drama and headlines. Benfica pushed hard, played fearlessly, but couldn't overturn the deficit. Across social media, especially on forums like Reddit, fans have been reacting to every twist of this tie. Supporters applauded Vinícius's sizz. Resilience. Critics questioned refereeing, decisions, and tactical moves, and many discussed how sport and culture intersect on a global stage. Some fans even called Vinícius a symbol of resilience, not just for performances on the pitch, but for how he's handled intense scrutiny and hostility. This match wasn't just a result, it became a moment in football culture. So, what do you think? Was Vinícius the hero Real Madrid needed? Should UEFA's investigation into the alleged abuse change the way discipline is handled in Europe's top competitions? And what does this tie say about football's power to reflect deeper cultural and societal conversations? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because we've got more global sports, stories, and current affairs coming your way. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Imagine living your life on television, where private struggles become public drama and real pain plays out for the whole world to see. Today, we bring you a story that blurs the lines between reality TV and heartbreaking reality. The untimely death of 23-year-old Robert Cosby Jr., son of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Mary Cosby. This tragic event has stunned fans, ignited conversations about addiction and mental health, and even led to a pause in filming one of television's most controversial series. So what happened? Let's unpack the story carefully, respectfully, and completely. Robert Cosby Jr. wasn't just the child of a reality TV star. He appeared on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City alongside his mother and was known to viewers for his candid discussions about his personal struggles on camera. He openly spoke about battles with substance abuse, mental health, and the challenges of navigating life under the scrutiny of the public eye. Multiple seasons documented his journey, including attempts at rehabilitation and honest conversations with Mary about his pain. Off-screen, Robert experienced real-life challenges. He had a series of legal issues, including multiple arrests and a divorce from his estranged wife, Alexiana Smokoff. These events were also part of the narrative arc that fans followed, making his eventual death even more shocking and tragic. Heartbreaking chapter began on February 23, 2026, when paramedics were called to the Cosby family home in Utah for a medical emergency, according to 911 dispatch audio obtained by media outlets. Responders were told a 23-year-old male was not conscious and not breathing, and that one dose of Narcan, a nasal spray used to reverse opioid overdoses, had already been administered prior to their arrival. 3 police units were sent to the scene. But despite efforts by emergency teams, the situation tragically turned into a death investigation, indicating that Robert did not survive. As of now, officials have not publicly confirmed an official cause of death, but early reports suggest a suspected overdose, a grim outcome that underscores the ongoing crisis affecting millions globally. In the wake of this tragedy, Mary Cosby and her husband, Robert Cosby Sr., issued a deeply personal statement that has been shared widely by news outlets. They wrote, "Our beloved son Robert Jr. has been called home to the Lord, though our hearts ache. We take comfort in God's promise and in knowing He is finally at peace." The couple thanked supporters for their prayers and faith during this unimaginably difficult time, a testament to their spiritual grounding, which has been a central part of both their private life and public persona. In response, friends, co-stars, and personalities from the reality TV world, including executive producer Andy Cohen, offered condolences, calling the loss every parent's worst nightmare. This tragedy has ripple effects far beyond Mary's family. Production of Season 7 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which was scheduled to begin filming in Utah this week, has now been paused indefinitely. The network Bravo released its own message of support, letting fans know they are heartbroken and standing with Mary and her husband during this time. In the world of reality TV, often built on conflict, glitter, and dramatic twists, this moment is a sobering reminder that real pain and real human lives exist behind the cameras. What makes this story resonate far beyond Hollywood is that it reflects deeper issues affecting many families globally: substance abuse and mental health struggles. Robert Jr. had openly battled addiction for years, discussing his use of various substances, from prescription medications like Xanax and Adderall to heroin, cocaine, and painkillers like OxyContin. His story illustrates how addiction can take root early. He first began experimenting with substances as a teenager and spiral into life-threatening situations. It shows the heartbreaking truth that even with support, love, and professional help, some struggles are incredibly hard to overcome. And it's a reminder to viewers everywhere that addiction is not a character flaw, it's a complex medical, psychological, and social issue that requires empathy, awareness, and action. The response from fans, both online and in news comment sections, shows a broad spectrum of emotions. Many express deep sympathy for Mary and her family. Others talk about how his openness might have helped viewers struggling with similar issues. Some viewers talk about how shows like our HOSLC have brought mental health conversations into mainstream awareness. And for others, this tragedy sparks important questions. How can society better support those battling addiction? What role does public attention and reality TV exposure play in personal struggles? How do we balance entertainment with compassion? Importantly, if you or someone you care about is affected by addiction or mental health challenges, help is available. Support lines, professional treatment services, and community resources exist in many places around the world. Robert Cosby Jr.'s story is heartbreaking, not just because of who he was, but because of what it represents, how fragile life can be, how complex these battles are, and how every individual behind a headline has a story, a family, and dreams that ended too soon. His passing will be felt not just in reality TV circles, but in the broader conversation about mental health, substance abuse, and loss. If this video moves you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, the most important stories we tell are the ones that remind us of our shared humanity. Subscribe for more global news breakdowns. Hit the bell so you never miss a major story. Thanks.